This is definitely not the result that Chelsea wanted. However, you cannot take anything away from this Crystal Palace side. Do you understand me? Three times they've met in the last three encounters. It's now been three draws. So definitely, this looking like this Crystal Palace side is a boogie team, somewhat, for this Chelsea side. And I mean, definitely not good starting the season with a draw. But guess what? It's a clean sheet. And I feel like there's going to be positives taken out of that one. You understand me? And the season just started. So yes, Chelsea, you want to start with a win, but it was not possible. However, now Crystal Palace, you jam. Liverpool, they had their own fair share of, one or two concerning this Crystal Palace side. You understand me? Now, into the game. First of all, I understood that, yes, it is, Enzo Maresca's work, telling Cucurella to go into the midfield, especially, I'm focusing on the first half, especially in the first half. It was Enzo Maresca telling Cucurella to be playing, the inverted midfield kind of position. However, I just feel that he wouldn't have done that, possibly, more especially in the first half. Hello, Hassan, listen to me before you go. Especially in the first half, because guess what? This Crystal Palace side, they were very, very narrow. Do you understand? They left no spaces. And for you not to leave spaces, it means you have to be very compact. And they were narrow. So which means they created a lot of spaces from the sides. Do you understand? So I just felt like, oh boy, Cucurella, there was no need entering inside. Why don't you just go high up the pitch, but stay outside? Do you understand me? So I felt like that would have worked very well, taking advantage of the fact that they are being too narrow. But he did not just do that. But it was a different ball game in the second half. Gittins, I've always talked about Gittins, and I said, he's a good lad, but he has a whole lot to work on. Do you understand me? I feel like this game was somewhat too big for him. Funny enough, I would have preferred an Estevao, to come in and bring something more. Do you understand me? As compared to Gittins. I mean, he was guilty of, I felt like there was no real confidence in him. There was no real confidence in him. And Gittins is not the kind of, I feel, he's not the kind of player that just wants to dribble like that. He's the kind of player that prefers to dribble on the run. When well they go, you could just dribble. However, Gittins today, just really, really come to the party. As a matter of fact, especially in the first half, the midfield of the Chelsea side was not really, really good. It was not really, really good. You understand me? Enzo Fernandez was not so good today as well. It was not really, really good. At some point in time, Moises Caicedo also was guilty of making one or two mistakes. But of course, Caicedo, he would not always give you the whole game. But definitely, he came back into himself and decided to try to insert himself. The forward, Pedro Neto, Joao Pedro, I think it's even Pedro Neto that was like the most efficient of all the forwards. Do you understand me? It was the most efficient. Joao Pedro, I don't know. I mean, the defense was really, really tight on him. Funny enough, I actually felt like Joao Pedro would have done better if the midfield had worked and created better chances. I feel like he would have done better because his movement off the ball is what is very dangerous about that lad. However, the defending, again, of the Crystal Palace side was very, very top-notch. And there's some kind of, not so good decision making from these guys, honestly speaking. Somebody like, first of all, Trevor Chalobah, Baba, you suppose just put that ball into the net, calm down. Or no, don't put it into the net, hit shot on target. He was just being too much in a hurry. He was really, really being too much in a hurry. And then, Estevao, there was something I like about that boy. I've said it before. The confidence of that boy. Coming into the game, and then you're trying to ginger the crowd. It says a lot about his mentality, the kind of player he is. You understand? And it was good. But this is one of the things about young players. You're coming in, you just want to be the star of the show. Baba, you would have just left the ball, because I clearly saw Pedro Neto saying, are they here? Leave the ball for me. Would have been a better opportunity at goal. Even if some people will say, go hit ball well, go do this. But he was in a better position to just take a one-time shot. And that would have been, to me, would have been on target and possibly a goal as well. Don't forget, this same Crystal Palace side, They hardly concede chances. They refuse to concede too many chances. Do you understand me? However, there was no real fluidity from the side. The midfield, the attacking wise, was not really good fluidity. But it is what it is. It is 0-0. Crystal Palace, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace 0-0. One person I will not forget is Achebong. I loved everything they did. Yes, you could say yes, some of the draws against Mateta, he lost it. But guess what? He was always putting himself in a position where you will not just run past him. Against Mateta especially. You understand? Both of them, if ball dey come, of course, you know who go muscle who. If ball dey come, you know who you say, okay, this boy, him head suppose touch ball first. Okay. But, he never put himself in a position where he's going to lose the ball. He puts himself in a position where the highest Mateta would do was, to pass the ball to another player. And that was basically it. So kudos to Achebong. What was that his name? Tosin Adarabioyo, Levi Colwill, all having injuries. But guess what? Achibong, I feel, did a fantastic job today. He did a fantastic job. And then Sanchez, sometimes you want mumu, sometimes you want mumu, but don't allow the devil use you. That is all. That is all I have to say for Sanchez. Do you understand me? But then again, it's a 0-0 draw. Season just starts. Season just what? It just starts. So there's a whole lot to play for. Chelsea fans, I want to know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What you think about this game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And then, now I understand one of the reasons why Chelsea is actually going for Garnacho. Because of why? Bro, he needs that. See, I feel right now, I feel like that left wing is not sorted out for Chelsea. To be honest, that left wing is not yet sorted out. They need a player that is in on day, is already assured. That is the kind of player they need right now. Chelsea fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. No need to put your head down. I know say some of them put something, you understand, based on one or two footballing, whatever. I know some put them, but no need to sweat too much. The season just started. All right? No need to sweat too much. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think, about the whole thing. And